Morning guys, it is a Thursday morning, it is 7:30 and I'm going to vlog today. I'm going to basically take you with me all day, show you all the many horses I have to ride, of which there are a number, and yeah, basically go from there. I've got lots of teaching to do too, so I'll take you along a little bit for that and give you a general update on what everybody is doing. Zora, Mo, Dee Dee, Obi, everyone. And there's a couple of new ones, so yeah, I'll take you with me. I hope it is an entertaining day and not for the wrong reasons. So, first job. So, you know Mo was living in a pen. Well, Mo came home and had to go out in this little pen, a stallion pen. Hi, Blondie. Horse there. And basically, she spent 1 week going out in this little stallion pen. I'll show you. And then since then, she's now going out in the paddock that surrounds the pen. But unfortunately, the other mare that lives here with her foal has ruptured a ligament in her hock. So it's not ideal, obviously. So she has to be on very restricted turnout. So she's going out for just an hour a day. At the moment, it was so lame, like horribly lame. And so we need to basically manage her turnout so the foal can still run and play, but she is restricted. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just putting some water buckets, well, vlogging and carrying water buckets, living that privileged life, not. And yeah, so this is the pen. So she'll have hay and she'll just go out in here for, she'll get given some hay and she'll just go out in here for an hour or so, and then she'll come back in, and then Mo will go out. We would normally put Mo out next to her, but it like logistically doesn't work because of the way the paddocks go, because they join up like this. It's actually quite cold this morning. It's been really hot. It's been really hot actually here. Well, not hot like you guys in Australia, sorry, but or Texas. I've had some messages about how I shouldn't be a whinge bag when it's 28 degrees, and I'm there like, but it's hot, I'm dying. And people send me messages like, but it's not that hot, you've still got grass. And I'm like, okay, sorry for being ungrateful. But anyway, let's go get this mare and foal. I might not manage to vlog this because it can be a bit like handling cattle, but anyway, give it a try. Good boy. So this is Delta. She is 3.5, as I said. Everybody's a bit shouty this morning. We're going to go and do some long lining. She's actually been so relaxed since she's been here. She's not at all, hey, wait. She's not at all bothered about having moved to a new place. She wasn't at her own yard for very long. Her owner hasn't had her for very long. She bought her basically, and then she came here. So yeah, it's nice to have a nice one. Excuse me, you're going a bit fast though. Can you just be a little more restful, please? So the very early stages of long lining are not particularly exciting. We just have to establish being able to go around the edge of the arena and stop and start, basically. So that's why this part isn't particularly interesting. And just establishing the contact, really, and the fact that they have to go forward into the contact. That was actually very good. Oh. Gate banged, a bit scary. Hey. Whoa. Shh. A little bit of respect. Oh God. It's not easy with this camera. It's much easier with my phone, but my phone is not the same. I didn't spend all this money on a camera for to not use it and use my phone. So that's better than yesterday. Yesterday was even patchier than that. But she had her wolf teeth taken out 2 weeks ago, and I think that her mouth is still healing a little bit. It is also possible that she really doesn't like this bit. This bit has got it's got a single joint, and that isn't very nice in their mouth. It can be a bit pinching on their tongue. Hello! right here. Shh, shh, shh. So you could see she was like opening her mouth a bit and pulling against the bit. So I'll change her into, well, I'll just work her in Zora's bridle tomorrow, and yeah, go from there, because I think that's a bit of a, well, that's a much kinder bit. It's got a lozenge, it's a bit more shaped in the mouth, and it's got the cheeks on it for the steering, so I'm hoping she'll be a bit more comfy in that, but still pleased with her. Every day is a good bit of progress. Obi, we had a lesson yesterday with Ian, and we went through our music floor plan for a freestyle, which is really, really cool. So he's just having an easy day in the field today, and then we're going to the water treadmill tomorrow, so nice day for Obi. Nice and chilled. Zora just did the funniest great big stretch as I took her out of her stable, like bowed like a cat does, like that. I was just talking to my livery, Megan. This business is very, very hard. I'm not funded by anybody. I'm completely self-funded. I pay for everything myself. The business, I don't take any money out of the business. The business pays for itself as such. The liveries just pay for everything to run. And it is really hard. Like, I'm finding myself really overwhelmed. And like, I saw Olivia Towers talking the other day about how she's just really finding it so difficult. And I don't produce a video every week because if I don't have time, I don't have the time, and I refuse to make myself sick by producing content and being a good YouTuber. You know what? If I want to share some of my life, I will. But if I feel like I can't, then I won't. And I really want to stick by that. And I'm sorry if that upsets you guys because it's not consistent, but unfortunately, I've got to look after myself, and I'm not going to slip into that dangerous thing of social media becoming your whole life, because it is not my whole life. It is not. It is a very small part of it, in fact. And if I choose to share some days with you, then that will be the way it goes. You know, I look at Zora, right, and this is going to sound a bit weird, but she's like the most laid back, chilled out, unaffected horse I've ever worked with. Not ever, that's not quite true, but don't eat the hedge, babes. No, I think that is a poisonous hedge. I don't think you should be eating that. And she's not had anything go wrong in her life to be like stressed or traumatized. So I don't want to be like that around her. What am I talking about? But no, what I mean is I don't want to become like Kenko, who's had a bad time. I want to just stay okay and be able to be relaxed, because I have to run a business, I have to run the yard, I have to keep teaching, I have to keep doing all of the jobs. And if that... What are you doing? What I'm trying to say is I'm just having to be careful. Like today I've got a huge amount to do, so I've just got to go slowly. I've got to do a job at a time and try not to be late all day, which is generally what happens when you haven't got enough time. You just end up being late because you're trying to do half a job all the time. Zora, please stop trying to eat the hedge that you just spat on the floor. Anyway, so I'm going to go and do a little bit of long lining with Zora. We only do a little bit now because she's very good at it, so 10 minutes or so, and that is plenty. Good girl. Stop. No, enough of the hedge, please. So when I'm long lining Zora at the moment, I'm just trying to get her to find the rest in the pace. She's got such big action. So I just want to keep her traveling a little slower, steady. See, she speeds up and slows down a little bit. I don't worry too much. I just try and get her to stay in the pace. Good. And here, this is better with her stretching. Good girl. Canta. Zora, canta. The canter's a bit wild. Just have to go with it. So what I was going back to what I was talking about before, basically I'm just saying that it's really difficult doing what I'm doing, like trying to run a business, trying to teach, trying to ride, and also trying to be an adult, like keep up with life admin and all of it, and not be anxious all the time. The trying not to be anxious all the time, that part's really hard. And then when you're working with young ones, you mustn't be anxious all the time. You just can't be. So you have to try and manage it, and it's hard. It's not easy. Like this morning, I just feel very overwhelmed. I've got far too much to do and not really got much help to do it. And I normally have a person that helps me all the time. She's not here this week, so I've got like stand-in, and she's great and helpful, but she also works elsewhere, so she like does a bit here, does a bit there, and it just means that then I don't have somebody that I can kind of call upon in the mornings when I'm trying to exercise everything. So yeah, it's not coming up roses, guys, basically. An awful lot to do and not very long to do it, and then you're trying not to let people down and be late. So yeah, anyway, let's go sit on Zora, see how she's feeling. Are you the best ever, Zora, by any chance? Thanks for all in that shower, doesn't it? Oh, you look so good, girl. She looks good unsettled, doesn't she? Yeah. Suits her. She just looks, her body language is generally like she's relaxed. Did Mo just tell you off, Brett? Come on. Come on, we did legs yesterday. Just got to get her feet moving and then she's alright. The first step, she's a bit unconfident still. You're alright, please go and do my thing. Yeah, yeah. Hi, Dee Dee. Oh, are you watching? That is so cute. She's staring at me through the bars with a little nose. She's adorable. I have so much love for her. I know, me too, mate. She saved us. Dee Dee the gift. Definitely. Oh, Zora. Will you keep her, do you reckon, or would you? Yeah, I wouldn't sell her. I don't think I could bring myself to. And I'd never, if she was, you know, wasn't good enough, I wouldn't sell her, because then she's only going to be not good enough for somebody else. What I'd rather do is keep her. That's really handy to have, actually, isn't it? You're so great and relaxed. She's so relaxed. You're so wonderful. That's day 3 of me being sat on. First day, sat on. So I haven't actually been doing Zora for a couple of days. Well, it was the bank holiday weekend to start with, and had a show and all sorts. But I've been doing a lot of groundwork last week as well. So I'm really actually pleased with her today because, well, it's been a little while, and she just is a little bit more worried at the beginning today because obviously I haven't been doing it. But when she then feels okay, then she feels good, and I can ride her, and that's the first time I've ever sat on her. Exciting. Didn't move. Second day, sat on, moved her a bit. Bringing tie-dye back. What do you think? Do you like it? Is it a look? Vogue? Poops in there. Third day, sat on, leg on, moving her around. We've got a champion 3-year-old here, everyone. She is just fantastic. I could potentially eat my hat when I have to go free range because she's big and goes really fast, but we'll have to see. Right, so mares have been swapped. So now Mo and Dee Dee have all of this space, which is so nice. Look how big you are. She was a bit sassy when I turned her out. And this is Nana, my 25-year-old ex-grade A. She's still a grade A, I suppose. You never lose your status, do you? Just a bit hairier these days. And she is in at the moment just because she's had some scabs on her legs. And she wasn't lame. You can see she's got one a little bit wrapped up. Oh, come on, Gate. I don't have time for this. You find yourself, when you're in a rush, don't you, getting slightly frustrated with inane objects like gate clips. Anyway, she's been in a bit, and so she is playing babysitter for Mo and Dee Dee. I bet this video is terrible this morning because I'm in such a hurry. I'm literally just ratting around, going as fast as I possibly can. And I'm still already late for my first client. I've had to text her and tell her I'm going to be 10 minutes late. What was that phrase? Better to be late downstairs than early upstairs. And that is when it comes to driving. Don't drive your car fast just because you're late. Bad idea. One more horse to turn out and then I can leave. Delta, she can go out in the field now because she was a good girl today. Not that she wouldn't go out if she was a bad girl. What am I talking about? Last horse to be put in the field. 3-year-old Delta. She's so good for 3. Come to a new place. It did take Zora a couple of days to settle in when she came here, but this one's Irish, so she's a bit more laid back. I have just arrived at my client who is on and in the school, so I'm going to go and dash and go and teach her, and I'll see you on the other side. That was really super. We worked a lot on going into our corners. And going forward, and lots of nice things. They're quite a new client actually, and so it's lovely when they work really hard in between their lessons and progress. I had to wear my new visor because I've got my sunglasses. What do you guys think? Do you think I look mental? I think I look like I'm about to go and play a round of golf, which wouldn't be such a bad thing, I suppose. I think it's quite stylish. Anyway, back home, exercise some more, then back out, more teaching. Lots of teaching to do today. Beautiful day, so could be a worse job. Time for a bit of on-the-go breakfast. I've got Greek yogurt with what was frozen raspberries, and then I have a little pot of granola, and I add this to that, and then you don't get soggy granola because you keep it in a separate pot. That is my top tip for today. I tell you what, anxiety really is a horrible thing. I wasn't really expecting to talk about this today, but I can't even finish my breakfast, and I couldn't even really tell you totally what I feel so anxious about. I just think I'm trying to do too much at the moment, and that's hard. I think with all of what's gone on with Mo and Obi, and it's just very hard to just kind of just get on with it. Like, I feel still able to complete all of the things I need to do. I just seem to complete them sometimes with this little cloud of anxiety over the top of me. I used to be really, really bad with my anxiety. I used to vomit in restaurants. That was fun. But I don't do that so much anymore. I just find it's like a bit of a baseline. And it was never... I always used to say, oh, I'll always have anxiety. I'll always be anxious. And my boyfriend, actually, who's been amazing in helping me be more manageable, he said it's not that... It's not always going to be there. It might, you know, come back now and again, but it's not always going to be you. You mustn't let it consume you. And I think that is something so important to remember, that it's okay to feel a bit anxious sometimes. It's not going to be there all the time, and it will come and go a little bit. But yeah, it's a funny one. I'm sure there's a lot of you that feel anxious and suffer with mental health and that sort of thing. And I try not to say that I suffer, because it doesn't feel like a suffering, it just feels like a coping, and you do just have to be able to keep going and do stuff, and it just comes and goes sometimes, and you can't quite put your finger on where it's come from or why. But it is there, and you have to hear it, and you have to think about maybe where it's come from and see if you can do something about it. But mainly talk about it, which is what I'm doing, and this will be helpful to me. I'll feel better after I've done this. I feel a bit better already, to be honest. I'm going to go and exercise a couple of horses, and then I've got to go do some more teaching. So off we go. You're not very good at eating grass these days, are you? Apparently you require other forms of fibre. Better? You good baby. How big she is these days. Gigantic creature. Hi Tink. Should we go do some work? Tink was backed here a few months ago, and then she went home for a while. My phone's ringing. Where have I put my phone? It's there. Hold that thought. So Tink is 4, and she's pretty green still. I'm not actually going to video when I'm riding her because I want to get on her on the hard ground and then ride down to the arena, so I'm going to go and put my camera down. But yeah, she's really sweet. She's finding turning left a bit difficult at the moment, so we're working on keeping her nice and stable and moving through her body, not just in her neck. But yeah, it's interesting. Often when you break them and they are like really sweet and easy, and to be fair, she was a bit worried when I backed her. Actually, she wasn't very sweet and easy at all. She was quite worried and took quite a while. But then often you run into, then you kind of solve one thing and run into another. So we're just working through the things at the moment. So should we go and do a little bit of trotting around the school? See if we can do a bit of turning left today? Good girl. She's very sweet. She doesn't mean it. She's not horrid or anything. She's just worried. So yeah, put my camera down and then I'll see you on the other side. Oh dear, you fell on the floor. It's not ideal, is it? This happens when I'm using my phone. I'm probably upside down. Hello, good job I was finished. She was actually very good there. Really working on getting her moving away from my inside leg to the outside rein and then back again. She just finds it really hard, and I think because she finds it hard, then she goes against me a bit. Wow, that was unnecessary, wasn't it? Why was this so... Ah! You just got yourself tangled. I know someone who got their bra strap broken by a horse when it hooked its full cheek snaffle on someone's bra. Tink, let's not have any of this negative energy, please. Thank you. Making for a very weird video, that is for sure. Getting smashed around by a pony. Anyway. Did it again. There is a reason why it's a good idea to have that camera. This is probably upside down now. Oh, I give up. Anyway, Tink was good, so there we go. Tink and Zora can go out in the field now. What a calamity of a day. Just while I'm unpacking Tink, don't eat the camera. You're gonna fog it up, little one. The most amazing eyelashes, this pony, which you can now see. But the reason what I wanted to say is people work with young horses and they're like, it's good, it's then it changes. And then they're like, now what? I don't know what to do with this one. And it's like, with anything, the learning process is different for them than it is for us. So we teach them one thing and it's great, and we're like, right, we've taught them that thing. And then their body changes or they feel something different and then they change. And then we have to be adaptable, and that is what is really important with young horses. So, for example, the way that I've ridden this pony has changed quite a lot in the time that I've ridden her. To start with, she used to want to run a lot, so I had to have quite short reins, keep asking her to come back. Now I need her to have a longer, softer neck to bend in her body a bit more. And it had to be that I had to start in one way and progress to being in a separate way, to being a different way, sorry. And so I've had to make sure that I'm being adaptable to her every day. And yes, she is a funny little hairy cob with a beard, but she's really sensitive, and they are really sensitive. So it's just as easy to get it wrong with a pony like this than it is for a horse like Zora. And Zora's obviously got a great attitude, but I am very conscious, and I'm very conscious with this pony and all of the other breakers, that they're so sensitive to our change. So it's really important that we are adaptable to whatever they require. There's no set rule, there's no book, there's no do it like I'm doing Zora and you'll get it right, because it might not be right for that horse. Do it like I'm doing the Tink and you'll get it right. It's just not how it works. There is of course a pattern that you tend to follow, but it changes every day with every horse. And it's so important that you understand that when you're working with young horses. I've had a fair few people message me and said, oh, it's so helpful seeing what you're doing with Zora. And I'm sure that it is, but I tread carefully, guys, because it might not be the right thing for your horse. So if you do want some advice, or you want to send your horse to be back with me and for us to work together maybe, or whatever might work, then let me know, because don't feel like just because you're watching it that if you do it how I did it, that it's going to work, because it might not. It might, but it might not. No promises. That's a disclaimer, by the way. Nobody can hold me accountable. That is for sure. The next horse that I'm going to work with is really, really interesting. She's owned by a friend of mine, and just looking for something that I can't find, and she was bought from abroad unbacked. But unfortunately, she was backed when she was bought. And I say unfortunately because, thanks so much for spitting all down my arm. Nice. I say unfortunately because they didn't do an amazing job of it. Basically, they rushed her a bit, and she's a very, very sensitive horse. And because they rushed her, it meant that they basically skipped some stuff, I think, as I've said before, that they do often on the continent. And she didn't cope with it very well, and she shut down, and she decided she didn't want to do it anymore. So then she was sold unbroken, cheeky, and was bought by a friend of mine. She's incredibly talented. Like, she moves unbelievably, jumps unbelievably, but is not a very easy nature to train. So I've been working with her a lot on the groundwork, and I'm just now getting back to the point where I'm putting tack on her. So that's what I'm going to do today. But I'm using the tack as a pressure. So I put the tack on. When the relaxation is good, I take it back off again. So I'm talking a saddle pad, a saddle. Because previously it is very unrestful when she's tacked up. She's like, because previously it's led to scary stuff for her. So I'm taking it back a step. I'm going step by step, and I will show you a little bit what I'm doing today. I'm not going to be able to video and walk though. That is not going to be a thing. So I'm going to take her down to the school, and I'll see you guys in a second. So people ask me an awful lot for videos on the groundwork. And the trouble is I don't really want to do that. I don't ever really want to. I don't ever really want to do a whole video on it, because it's so complex, and it's something that it's taken me a long time to learn, and I want to be able to pass that on to my clients. But I don't think that me putting it in a video is particularly helpful. I'm not going to do that because, well, also I would quite like people to want to come and train with me. And if you are interested and you're local or not that local, but you want to come and do some training camp and stay with me, not personally stay with me, but stay locally and your horse stays with me, then please send me a message. It's not something that I can just say, do it like this and it'll be fine, because it's very complex and it's very much adaptable to every horse. And I'll explain a bit about what I'm doing, but yeah, I'm not going to give you a step-by-step guide, because I wouldn't be doing myself any favours, and also I might not be doing your horse any favours. And the reason I'm not doing this in her stable is because I want her stable to be a place where she feels really relaxed, where I don't bring work to her stable. This is a horse that has had some really bad times, so we have to be careful of how we are bringing her back to being a ridden horse again. doing some work with the saddle pad, but I hadn't done any work with the saddle yet. And you can see instantly, you get the saddle out and her eyes like pop out of her head, and she becomes very negative in her energy. And she's always going to be a bit of a, you know, she will always be a mare, she will never be like a donkey, but she can definitely be happier, and it's the happiness that we need to work on because, well, you can see, you're not a very happy girl, are you, sometimes? But I'm really pleased with her. You could see she really found the rest, whereas previously when she's been being tacked up, it's been like trying to tack up an elephant on ecstasy, because she's like, wah, so fast, stamping her feet, putting her ears back, can't stand still. Whereas there, she definitely can stand still. Don't eat the hedge. Why do they all want to eat this hedge today? It really swings around. Sometimes they can't be bothered with it. Sometimes all they want to do is eat the hedge. Anyway, she can go back in her stable and have her hay, and yeah, I'm gonna go do some more jobs. And then I've got to go out and teach. I keep saying that, but it is gonna happen. I've got to go out again and teach again. So by some miracle, I got all of my jobs done, all the horses exercised by 12:30. And now I am going to go for a hack with some clients. They're only young. And then do some teaching for the rest of the afternoon. So yeah, I might take you along, see how we get on. I need to find some lunch at some point. Say hi to the vlog, everyone. I've been vlogging today. This is Aoife on the black and white pony, and that's Millie on Bailey Bucket. We've been having a nice little wander, haven't we? And they stitched me up, the pair of them. Horrors. They're these stirrups. They don't even have stirrup treads in them. They're like children's size. And then they give me a lime green saddle pad. Lovely. Great, thanks everyone. They've all got fancy stuff that matches their outfits. And I'm here wearing a pink t-shirt and a lime green saddle pad. Very successful hacking, nobody got bucked off, now rushing to teach the next person, who is luckily only 5 minutes down the road. So I'm gonna go do that now. And then maybe I'm gonna get to eat some lunch. It's currently 2 o'clock and I really do need to eat something because I'm getting really hungry. But I think I'll have a little gap between that one and the next one, so fingers crossed, I get a chance to eat something, because otherwise I'm just gonna pass out. Speaking really fast because gotta go, bye. So I taught a good lesson. She loved it. She did some jumping and some cantering, and she was so pleased with herself. She's only young, and her pony jumps quite big sometimes, so it's always nice when you don't get jumped off. And then I went and bought a sandwich, and I had eaten it already because I was starving. And I just dropped the dogs back home, and now I'm going to eat some mango, and then I'm going to go and ride another horse, and then I've got to teach a lesson. But then I am done, and then I can collapse in a heap. Busy day today. Anyway, no time to chat, must go. Elvis was great. I broke a nail. Sad times. I had a lesson yesterday, and we went through I think I said this already, we went through the freestyle. So now whenever I ride a horse, I'm listening to like film scores to see if I can find something that I like. If anyone's got any suggestions for Obi, for music, like a film score that you think, guys, that you think would sound good, let me know. I don't want suggestions like The Lion King, because everyone's bloody done The Lion King. I want something different, other people haven't done yet, that's a bit jazzy and upbeat, but still classical enough that all the more mature judges will appreciate. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. going to go put Elvis away, put him in the field, and then I've got one more lesson to teach, and then I am home. There is somebody riding in the school. No. She is poo picking from on board her horse. I don't know if anyone can see that. Wow. That is a skill I have never seen. What's she gonna... Look at this. I've never seen anything like it. That's not an old horse either. Amazing. That is amazing. So this is Nat and this is Candy. Say hi, Nat. Hi. So Candy is just 4. She was a bit of a late 4 as such. So she's just turned 4, and so Nat bought her. When did you buy her? End of April. So she's had her through the summer, and we've been working steadily with her. Groundwork, flat work, doing a bit of everything, bit of hacking. Nat's been doing a marvellous job with her. She's quite a big boned 4-year-old. She, well, not big boned I suppose, but she's just quite big, isn't she? She's doing a fair bit of growing at the moment, so it's been important for Nat to take it really slowly with her. And today we are going to be doing a little jumping exercise involving some poles and some striding, and see how we get on, because Nat hasn't done very much jumping with her. So the previous owner had done a little bit, maybe too much, hadn't they? So Nat's really taken it back to basics, and he's doing it all the right way round, which is so refreshing. Just make sure you're getting the whole answer for her to be on the bit, rather than you pick up your reins with the connection and she gives you a little argument and doesn't quite ever actually soften her whole neck. Push through with the leg and gently with the hand. Just think about it being boring. You don't want to have an argument, but you want to be a little bit boring on the end of the rein. That's better. And then you go up to trot from there. You've got to think less about what your arms are doing. Think more about just giving forward a little more, fix it with your leg a little more. She's got to come round from the back legs, not round because you're pulling on your reins. That's it, and then talk to me again. Tell me about what it is that you're feeling. You're feeling that you do what with your shoulder, did you say?
I think when I'm on my left rein, my shoulder drops. Rather than it going like back straight, I think it kind of drops. Does that make any sense?
Yeah. I'm just still also remarking on the fact that as soon as you start talking, you start relaxing, and then so does she. Yeah. Just tell me about your day, Nat, because then look.
It's been pretty busy at work.
Has it? What were you doing at work today?
Pardon?
Take a change of rein. What were you doing at work?
We had a TPO.
This is a really good exercise with young ones. I was just saying to Nat that the pole work doesn't necessarily kind of fix the problem, but it shows us what we need to be working on. Very good. Oh, interesting. New pole. Just keep going. Just pretend like it didn't happen. That's it, but now be nice to her. That's okay. Try and avoid getting into the habit, Nat, that if she gives you the wrong answer, that you make her go fast. Just think about it as, okay, well, that was a bit bizarre, but we'll just go again. This time, if she goes to do that, try to slow her down and encourage her to take a step over it, rather than to rush past it and then go fast afterwards. Half halt. Good. And then another half halt. Good. Good. Often a young horse will give you speed as the answer. We don't want speed. Yeah, she just goes to go quick, doesn't she? So here the half halt, your reins are a slightly random length. That's it, half halt again. That's okay, and then don't suddenly kick her. If she goes to walk, you let her walk, and then we go to trot again. It's very important that when we ask them to slow down, if they give us the wrong answer and they slow all the way down, we don't suddenly kick them in the ribs, because they are going to get a little bit confused. I'm not saying that's what you did, but I imagine that it's quite easy to get back into that. Okay, well, she went slow, so now you got to go quick. Just let her make the mistake, and then we correct it. Half halt again. Good. We need her thinking. Yeah, this is the ideal. Good, well ridden. And it can seem a little disconcerting when we are asking them to go slower. Have a walk, rest. It can seem disconcerting when we're saying, hey, come on, go slower. When actually, if we can have her going slowly and doing all the things we want her to do, the world is your oyster. If you have a horse that starts doing things fast, well, we all know how that ends. Good, good. That's it, and then relax. Good. Well done. And then once more, the same thing, regaining the control of the outside shoulder. You've almost got to turn earlier than you would think to make up for the fact that she's a little bit wobbly. Keep turning. Turn the shoulder, your shoulder. That's okay. Good girl. At least you didn't run through the rain. Much, much better. That's it. Good job. And nice with the outside leg there. That was really positive. That will help with the direction of the canter lead. Steady. Good. Well done. And this time, if she lands wrong, balance her, trot over that last pole. Just so that we're always in a bit more balance when we're landing, rather than her rushing around the corner and being out of balance at any moment. Very good. Outside rein. Little bit left leg. Yeah, good. Well done. You got the right canter lead that time. That was lovely. Really nice now. Huh? You got the right canter lead. Well, that is the end of today's video. It's 20 to 6. My alarm went at 20 past 6, so that's good. Nice round number of a day. Such a great day. Love training horses. I'm quite tired and I need a little shower. But just driving out of this yard now. So yeah, I'm going to go home. I've got somebody helping me this evening, so I don't have to go back and do the horses, which is so nice and really helps limit the amount of overwhelmed feeling I felt today. Yeah, I hope you liked the video. Hope you learned something, as always. And I will see you next time. Be sure to follow me on Facebook, Hackett Equine, and oh God, I'm so bad at this. Follow me on Instagram, mirihackett, and subscribe to this channel for more videos. And I will see you maybe next week, maybe the one after, depending on how much I've got on. Anyway, thanks again for watching. Bye for now.